Right, stop what you're doing and listen to this. There's something happening in the British insurance market right now that nobody's talking about. Certain cars, perfectly legal, roadworthy vehicles, are becoming virtually impossible to insure. Not expensive to insure. Impossible. See, insurers aren't making big announcements about this, they're not sending out press releases, they're just quietly declining to quote on certain models. Or they're quoting prices so astronomical that they might as well be saying no. I've spent the last month speaking to insurance brokers, talking to desperate car owners who can't get cover, and analysing insurance industry data. And I've found 7 cars that British insurers are actively avoiding in 2027. Some because of catastrophic theft rates, some because of fraud patterns, some because the repair costs are so high that insurers lose money on every single claim. So hit that subscribe button right now, smash that like button, because if you own one of these cars or you're thinking about buying one, you need to know what's coming. And wait until you hear about number 4. Even I couldn't believe what's happening. Let's crack on. Range Rover Evoke. Right then, let's start with a car that's become a massive problem for insurers, the Range Rover Evoke, particularly the newer models from 2019 onwards. I spoke to an insurance broker in Manchester who's been in the industry for 20 years. She told me something shocking. We're getting instructions from underwriters to decline Evoke quotes unless the customer has a tracker fitted, keeps it in a locked garage and has a spotless claims history. And even then, some underwriters just won't touch them. The problem is theft. Evokes are being stolen at an absolutely catastrophic rate across Britain. Organised gangs are targeting them specifically because they're easy to steal and highly valuable on the black market. The keyless entry system has a known vulnerability. Thieves use relay devices to clone the signal from your key fob, unlock the car and drive away. Takes about 60 seconds. No broken windows, no forced entry, just gone. I had a customer in Birmingham who had 3 Evokes stolen in 18 months, the broker told me. Same customer, same driveway, 3 different cars. After the 3rd one, no insurer would touch him at any price. But it's not just theft. The repair costs are astronomical. A minor bump that would cost $1,000 to fix on a normal car costs $5,000 on an Evoke because of all the cameras, sensors and complicated bodywork. Insurance companies are losing serious money on Evokes. They're paying out for thefts constantly, they're paying massive repair bills, and they're getting fraud claims as well. People are arranging their own thefts because the car's worth less than they owe on finance. Some underwriters have just blanket banned Evokes, the broker explained. They won't quote on them regardless of the customer's history. Others will quote, but the premium is so high that nobody takes it. I spoke to an Evoke owner in Leeds who's facing renewal. His premium last year was £1,800. This year, the only quote he could get was £4,200 for the same car, same driver, same address. I can't afford that, he told me, but I can't sell the car without insurance to drive it to viewings. I'm stuck. How many of you have bought a car without checking if you can actually insure it? BMW M135i. Now let's talk about a car that's become toxic for young drivers. The BMW M135i and M140i. Hot hatches with serious performance, rear-wheel drive, and a reputation for being crashed. An insurance broker in Glasgow told me the M135i is the car that makes us groan when we see it on a quote request. Young driver, high-performance BMW rear-wheel drive. It's a disaster waiting to happen. The problem is crash rates. These cars are being written off at an alarming rate by inexperienced drivers who think they can handle the power. They can't, especially in wet conditions when that rear-wheel drive catches people out. I see it all the time, a claims assessor told me. 22-year-old lad buys an M135i thinking he's a racing driver. 3 weeks later, it's backwards into a tree. Total loss. Massive payout. But it's not just crashes. These cars are theft targets as well. The engines and parts are valuable. Organised gangs steal them to break for parts or ship abroad, and the repair costs are huge when they're not total losses. Carbon fibre parts, expensive electronics, complicated drivetrain components. A relatively minor crash can easily run to 10 or 15 grand in repairs. We had an M140i come in with front-end damage, a body shop owner told me. Looked like maybe 3 grand to fix. Once we started stripping it down, the bill came to 12 grand because of all the hidden damage to expensive components. Insurance companies are now declining to quote on these cars for drivers under 25 in many cases. Over 25, you might get a quote, but it'll be eye-watering. I spoke to a 26-year-old in Birmingham who bought an M140i 6 months ago. His insurance was £3,800. At renewal, the cheapest quote he could find was £6,200. "I've got no claims, no points, clean license," he said, "but apparently my car is now uninsurable at any sensible price. I'm selling it and buying something boring." The insurance industry has decided that M135i and M140i models represent too much risk. And when the insurance industry makes that decision, you're stuffed. Toyota GR Yaris. Right, here's one that surprised me. The Toyota GR Yaris. Brilliant little rally-bred hot hatch, phenomenal to drive, limited production. Should be insurable like any other hot hatch in it. Except it's not, because it's become the target of a specific type of fraud. I spoke to a fraud investigator who works for a major insurer. The GR Yaris has a problem, he told me. High value, limited availability, easy to export. We're seeing organized fraud rings specifically targeting them. Here's how the scam works. Someone buys a GR Yaris on finance, insures it, drives it for a few months, then reports it stolen. The insurance company pays out the finance company. The car mysteriously appears in Eastern Europe or the Middle East a few weeks later. We're seeing patterns where the same people are connected to multiple GR Yaris thefts, the investigator explained. Different names, different addresses, but when you dig into it, they're all linked. Because GR Yaris models are relatively rare and highly desirable, they command strong prices overseas. A car that's worth 30 grand in Britain might fetch 40 grand in certain markets where you can't buy them new. So fraud gangs are arranging thefts, shipping the cars abroad, and collecting the insurance payouts. It's very profitable if you don't mind committing serious crimes. The insurance industry has caught on, and their response is to make GR Yaris models very difficult to insure unless you meet strict criteria. "We require tracker fitted by approved installer, kept in locked garage overnight, owner over 30 with at least 5 years, no claims," an underwriter told me. And even then, we're cautious about who we accept. I spoke to a GR Yaris owner in Cardiff who bought his car brand new 2 years ago. At his first renewal, his premium doubled. At his second renewal, most insurers wouldn't even quote. "I've got a perfect record," he said. "Never claimed, never crashed, never had a speeding ticket. But apparently I'm being punished because other people are committing fraud." He eventually found insurance, but only through a specialist insurer at more than double what he was paying originally. The GR Yaris is a victim of its own desirability, and genuine enthusiast owners are paying the price. Land Rover Defender. Right, here's the one that shocked even me. The new Land Rover Defender. Modern, high-tech, massively expensive, and becoming virtually uninsurable in certain parts of Britain. I spoke to an insurance broker in London who specializes in high-value vehicles. "The Defender situation is out of control," she told me. "We're seeing theft rates that are beyond anything else on the market. It's absolutely catastrophic. The new Defender is being stolen to order by organized criminal gangs. They're using sophisticated techniques, hacking the keyless entry, bypassing the tracker, shipping the cars out of the country within hours of theft." "I had a client who had his Defender stolen from his driveway in Surrey," the broker told me. "Police found it 3 days later in a shipping container at Felixstowe. It was hours away from being shipped to Africa. But the gangs are getting better at it. Many stolen Defenders never get recovered because they're out of the country so quickly. And here's where it gets really bad. Insurers are losing enormous amounts of money on Defender thefts. Each theft is a £60,000 to £90,000 payout, multiple thefts per week across the country. The losses are staggering, so insurers are responding by either refusing to cover Defenders in high-risk postcodes or charging astronomical premiums. I spoke to a businessman in Essex who bought a new Defender last year. His insurance was £2,800. At renewal, his existing insurer declined to renew. He got quotes from 15 different insurers. Only 2 would cover him. The cheapest was £8,900. "I can't justify £9,000 a year to insure a car," he said. "I'm selling it. I wanted to keep it for years, but I can't afford to insure it." The situation is so bad that some Land Rover dealers are now warning customers about insurance costs before they buy, because customers are coming back angry after discovering they can't insure their new 70 grand Defender. "We've started asking customers to get an insurance quote before we finalize the sale," a Land Rover salesman told me. Too many people were getting nasty surprises. In certain London postcodes, the Defender is now effectively uninsurable at any reasonable price. And the problem is spreading to other areas as the theft gangs expand their operations. Stop. Listen to this carefully. We've just covered 4 cars that British insurers are quietly refusing to cover. Range Rover Evokes being stolen at catastrophic rates, BMW M cars being crashed and written off constantly, Toyota GR Yaris models targeted by organised fraud rings, Land Rover Defenders disappearing into shipping containers bound for Africa. And we've got 3 more to go, and these are even worse. The next 3 cars show just how broken the insurance system has become for certain vehicles. We're talking about cars where the insurance premium costs more than the car's annual depreciation. Models where even perfect drivers with decades of no claims can't get affordable cover. Vehicles that are literally being abandoned because insurance is impossible. If this video is opening your eyes to the insurance crisis, smash that like button right now. And make sure you're subscribed because this situation is only getting worse. Right, 3 more cars that insurers won't touch. Pay attention. Honda Civic Type R. Right then, the Honda Civic Type R. Brilliant hot hatch, massive following, iconic styling with that huge rear wing. An absolute hell to insure if you're under 30. I spoke to a claims handler who processes Type R claims regularly. We see the same pattern over and over, she told me. Young driver buys a Type R thinking they can handle it. Within 6 months, there's a claim. Often a big one. The problem is that Type Rs attract a specific demographic, young enthusiasts who want the performance but don't always have the skill to match. And when things go wrong at high speed, the damage is catastrophic. But it's not just crashes. Type Rs are theft magnets. The engines are highly valuable, the parts are in demand. Organised gangs steal them to break for parts. A Type R engine and gearbox can fetch serious money on the black market, a police officer told me. We're seeing them stolen, stripped in hours, and the shells abandoned. The insurance industry has responded by making Type Rs very expensive or impossible to insure for younger drivers. Even older drivers with good records are facing massive premiums. I spoke to a 32-year-old in Manchester with 10 years no claims who bought a Type R last year. His insurance was £4,100. This year at renewal, £7,300 with only 2 insurers willing to quote. I've done nothing wrong, he said, but my premium has nearly doubled because other people are crashing and stealing these cars. Some insurers now flat out refuse to quote on Type Rs for anyone under 35. Others will quote but require extensive security measures, trackers, steering locks, locked garages. We had a customer who was told he needed to keep his Type R in a locked garage with a ground anchor and chain, an insurance broker told me. He lives in a flat with street parking. He had to sell the car. The Type R has gone from being an affordable enthusiast car to being something only wealthy drivers can afford to insure. Mercedes AMG A45. Now we're getting to the really problematic ones. The Mercedes AMG A45 and A35. High-performance hatchbacks with serious power and equally serious insurance problems. An insurance underwriter in Birmingham explained the issue. The AMG hatchbacks are a perfect storm of everything insurers hate. High theft rates, high crash rates, high repair costs, and a customer demographic that's high risk. The theft situation is out of control. These cars are being stolen using keyless relay attacks, shipped abroad, or broken for parts. The gangs know exactly what they're doing, and they're very efficient. We had an A45 stolen from a driveway in Surrey, a police officer told me. Owner woke up in the morning, car was gone. CCTV showed 2 men with a relay device. Car unlocked, started, driven away. Total time, 47 seconds. The crash rates are high as well. Young drivers with money buy these cars for the performance, then crash them because they've overestimated their abilities. But here's what's really killing insurers: the repair costs. These cars are packed with expensive technology, cameras, sensors, adaptive suspension, complicated electronics. A relatively minor bump can easily result in a 15 to 20 grand repair bill. We had an A45 come in with what looked like minor rear-end damage, a body shop owner told me. Customer had been rear-ended at maybe 20 miles per hour. Final bill was 18 grand because the impact had damaged sensors, cameras, wiring looms, and structural components. Insurance companies are losing serious money on every AMG hatchback on their books, so they're responding by declining to insure them or charging insane premiums. I spoke to a 28-year-old in London who bought an A35 new 2 years ago. His first-year insurance was £5,200. This year, no insurer would touch him except one specialist who quoted £13,800. 13 grand to insure a car, he said. That's more than some people earn in a year. I've got no choice but to sell it. Some insurance brokers are now refusing to even process quotes for AMG hatchbacks because they know no insurer will accept them. We tell customers to look at something else, a broker told me. There's no point wasting everyone's time when we know the answer will be no. Ford Fiesta ST. Right, we've reached number 1, and this is the car that's become the biggest insurance nightmare in Britain, the Ford Fiesta ST. Not because it's expensive, not because it's exotic, but because it's become the poster child for everything wrong with young driver insurance. I spoke to an insurance industry analyst who tracks market trends. The Fiesta ST has the worst claims ratio of any car in Britain right now, he told me. For every pound collected in premiums, insurers are paying out £2.50 in claims. Think about that for a minute. Insurers are losing money on every single Fiesta ST they insure. That's not sustainable, so they're stopping. The problem is multifaceted. First, Fiesta STs are being crashed at an alarming rate by young drivers who think they can handle the performance. Second, they're being stolen constantly. Third, they're being used for antisocial driving, which leads to police seizures and claims. We see the same pattern, a claims handler told me. 18 to 25-year-old buys a Fiesta ST, modifies it, crashes it within a year, often doesn't declare the modifications, so the claim gets rejected, but we've still spent time and money investigating. The theft rates are catastrophic as well. Fiesta STs are being stolen using jammers to block the central locking, or by smashing the rear quarter window and hot wiring the ignition. We had 8 Fiesta STs stolen in our area in 1 month, a police officer in Birmingham told me. Organised gang working their way through the region, most were never recovered. But here's what's really destroyed Fiesta ST insurance: fraud. Young drivers buying them, crashing them deliberately or arranging thefts, then claiming. The fraud rates are off the charts. We've got entire databases of Fiesta ST fraud patterns, a fraud investigator told me. Same names appearing multiple times, same addresses linked to different policies, people treating insurance fraud like a business. The insurance industry has had enough. Many insurers now flat out refuse to quote on Fiesta STs for drivers under 25. Some won't quote for under 30s. Some won't quote at all. I spoke to a 22-year-old in Leeds who bought a Fiesta ST 6 months ago. His insurance was £6,000. He's just received his renewal quote, £14,700. From the only insurer who would quote, 14 grand, he said. I bought the car for 16 grand. I can't justify nearly as much again just for insurance. I'm selling it and buying something boring. A garage owner told me he's seeing Fiesta STs being part exchanged constantly because young owners literally cannot afford to insure them anymore. We had 3 come in last week, he said, all young lads who'd bought them a few months ago and now can't insure them. They're taking huge losses on the part exchange, but they've got no choice. The Fiesta ST has gone from being an affordable performance car to being effectively unavailable to the demographic who want to buy it. And it's all because of theft, crashes and fraud. The pattern here is crystal clear. These aren't bad cars. They're cars that have become too risky for insurers to cover profitably because of theft, fraud, crashes and repair costs. How many of you own one of these cars and are dreading your next renewal? Let me know in the comments. And if you're thinking about buying one of these, get an insurance quote first. Seriously, don't buy the car and then discover you can't afford to insure it. If you found this useful, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that notification bell because the insurance situation is changing rapidly and I'll be updating you. And seriously, before you buy any car, especially a performance car or premium SUV, get insurance quotes. Multiple quotes from different insurers, because the purchase price is just the beginning. If you can't afford to insure it, you don't own a car, you own an expensive ornament. Right then, that's it from me today. Thanks for watching, and remember, the cheapest car to buy can be the most expensive car to insure. See you next time, cheers!